But okay, so today I will talk about my change. I will try to keep it short, like 10 minutes. So if you want some inspiration, listen today, because this is going to be pretty cool. So let's start. I was 42 and 99 kilos, and I felt like I was fat, and I was very uncomfortable with that. I didn't like the look in my mirror, and I got to a point I just had enough. All those stupid excuses for a change. Sorry. So, how did I become like that? I mean, I used to be very fit and a very active person as well. But it all happened after I turned 35. I had a busy restaurant on a tropical island in Thailand, where I live. Wait. And when you have a restaurant like that, it's all really, really seasonal work. You're working for 5 or 6 or 7 months a year, and high season I used to work like 14 to 16 hours, running around, serving, doing everything the whole time. So it's really, really busy, really stressful, no time to eat properly. And also I started something, and this is the why I ended up being 99 kilos. I was very, very good of telling myself some lies. And those lies was basically that I deserve ice cream. I deserve a chocolate. I deserve beer. I deserve a snack. End of the night, I deserve some French fries because I've been working so hard. Yeah. And then the second lie that I had, which was also quite interesting as well, was that I was always telling myself I can get back to fitness later. And tomorrow I start off, I think the most common now is I start off the new year. But I had this excuse. I was always going, I can start later. After the high season is finished, I start. But then we got to the low season, and I still came out with the same deserved. I deserve this. There was raining, so I deserve this. It was thunderstorm, I deserve this. Whatever, I deserve this. And the later excuse turned to something else. It was still a later excuse, but I just changed it to something else. So I never really, really started taking care of my health and my fitness. In the end, it was all those excuses that led me to be 99 kilos. That is, I could have been over, but I didn't really like to check my weight, because I knew I was overweight and I didn't like the way I was feeling. Even living on a tropical island, and this is I still feel a little bit uncomfortable talking about it, with stunning beaches, I was not comfortable to go down to the beach and take my shirt off. I felt like a washed up whale. I was waiting for Greenpeace to come and push me back into the water. I know it was all in my mind, right? But still, it was just the way it was. Then, here's my moment when I changed. And I can remember it like it was yesterday. I was coming out of 7-Eleven with a bag of snacks that I deserved. I stepped on a scale outside of 7-Eleven. You put 1 baht coin in, and I got a shock. I saw that I was 99 kilos. And I swore to myself, something in front of the camera, okay. I swore for myself in my 20s that I will never, ever reach 2 digits. Or 3 digits, sorry. There's something in front of the camera, so I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. And I was very close now. I was 99 kilos, and I was really unfit. I didn't feel good. I didn't like myself that I was looking. And in that instant, when I stepped on that scale, I made my mind up. That instant. What I did, I took my bag, which was full of couple of crisps and ice cream or whatever it was. I went to a friend that had a shop down by the 7-Eleven next to it. I gave him the whole bag of snacks. I went home, I put my shoes on, and I started walking for 1 or 2 hours. I just needed to have some space. I need to think, what have I done to myself? And I was walking and I started thinking. And I started thinking, where will you be in 10 years if I don't do anything now? How much more weight will I put? Will I start to get diabetes? Will I start to be a burden for my family? And that moment, while I was walking, I decided, no way. Time to change now. So I had a 6-year-old daughter. She's 15 now, but she was 6 then. And I want to see her grow up. I didn't want to be a burden to my family, having problem, ended up in hospitals, doing all that. I didn't want to be an old, sorry for the expression, the old fat man. I didn't want to get there. So I said, enough. I said to myself, enough of stupid excuses. Let's start now. It's time that Nick, which was me, this is why I talk to myself like this, is start to take the responsibility of my own future. Not to get that diabetes or all the things that comes from being overweight. And I'm feeling miserable as well. And at that moment, in the middle of my walk, I found a new fire. I found my big why, and I decided no more excuses. I come back and I started with the obvious, something I always loved, exercise. So I was out walking, I started jogging, all this. But also I started with some other obvious choices. I decided to cut out my sugary drinks. I started avoiding deep fried food, snacks and junk. And I tried to eat more fruit, vegetables with fibers and healthy food. And that gave some result, but I fell back a few times because it's hard to break habits, right? And until I made a system out of other system, and I made it my own, which I can follow, and I still follow today, and I still teach it to my clients today, and it's the hand method. And that was my real big game changer when it comes to start losing weight. And I didn't count any calories. It's pretty cool. I will show you later. So I've always been running, and in my younger years that was a great way to stay fit for other sports. I never had running as sort of my main sport, but I've always been running. So I took up running, and I started slowly, short distance, but slowly the speed was starting picking up, the weight was starting going down, and I started want to learn more. How can I stay healthy? How can I do to actually get around? So what I did a personal trainer course. I didn't do it for anyone else. I did it for me. I was very selfish because I needed to do that. I did a running course so I can make sure I don't get injuries. And I did a lot of other courses as well. I also studied to eat healthy, how to actually get your energies and doing everything correct. I was not looking for some magic pills because I didn't believe in magic pills or fast diets. I was focusing on the longer goals, and why I was doing it was so strong, and that's why I kept going. My why, I had it in my head all the time. And I told you before, I will tell you again, I had a 6-year-old daughter. I didn't want to have diabetes. I didn't want to have a burden for my family or being a fat old man. So that was one thing. And one thing I was sure of when I started, I will never ever reach 99 kilos again. The same happened when I hit 95 kilos. I will never ever reach 95. And 90, same again. I will not reach that. So during this time, I really fell in love with running. And actually for running for the sake of running. I really start to enjoy that. Not just for training for something else. And I joined my first, after about a year, I joined my first trail race. It was a hard 35-kilometer race. And that started my passion for endurance racing. And I kept it going, and I keep doing now. So far, I finished an Ironman. I've done an ultra race, 124k, and many more long races. And I don't say this to brag. I say this is because it's possible. You're doing things that you could not believe you could do before. And so I managed to keep my weight down, and I managed to lose weight down to 80 kilos. And guess what? My upper level now is 85 kilos. I will not go over 85 kilos. And I started it all from when I was 42. Now I'm 49, soon 50, and I'm feeling fitter, healthier, and happier than I did 15 years ago. And I hope this can inspire you that it's never too late to start something. I was 42 and I was really out of shape. And with this 7 period, I finished an Ironman, I finished ultras, I've been having a trail running resort, and I've done a lot of things when it comes to fitness. And I'm actually placing myself pretty good. So, and now I can use my experience and my knowledge to help others to reach their goals and be part of the journey as a coach and a mentor. And I absolutely love it, because I can give, and I get so much back when I see the people succeed and people reaching the goals, and I can see the happiness, how they change their lives. But guess what? It all happens because one day I walked out of 7-Eleven and I made a decision to take the first step of action. So I post this video because I want you to be able to take that first step of action. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video.